Hello everybody, this is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. Right before we get into this Snap Judgement review, I just want to let you guys know that due to the fact that to play this with my daughter I have to stream it to my TV, and the fact that we play using the phone controller kind of option, recording footage for this game was incredibly difficult and proved harder than I managed. So instead, I went to YouTube. I recorded some footage of a commentary-free game, of the game commentary-free, played by Game Mojo. That's the channel Game Mojo that I got this footage from. So thanks to them for not suing me. In any case, enjoy the video. Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. Welcome to another Snap Judgement review. What is a Snap Judgement review if you've never tuned in before? Well, I think game reviewers nowadays get a little bit caught up in near completing or 100%ing a game before they're willing to review the game. They forget what it's like right away. So I do about 5 to 10 hours with the game. I'm trying to give you an idea if you're going to enjoy it right away or not. That, coupled with the fact that I think games are one of the most subjective forms of art, I won't be giving a score to this review. Instead, I'll be listing what the game is, then I'll be going over the pros and the cons of the game in my point of view and my guest's point of view, as all reviews are. And then I'll be telling you whether me or my guest will be sticking with this game outside the purposes of this content. You're not a secret guest. You guys know it. Before we get into the title, you guys liked having her here for Wobble Dogs. We saw a lot of views on that. And she played this one a lot with me too, so I decided to have my daughter Stella again on a review. Say hi.
Hello.
So Stella is back for this review. And what are we reviewing today? We are reviewing Sunderfolk.
Yes.
Sunderfolk is a very interesting game.
I haven't played it on my computer, so I have 0 hours on it. But Dad has probably played a lot, because he has I bet you he has a bunch of hours on it.
I've only played it with you. I haven't played it by myself. It's not a solo player game. Okay, let me tell them what it is, okay? Yeah. So Sunderfolk is a kind of an RPG stand-in, almost, but it's a little bit more on the video game side. Mm-hmm. It's a game where you play it with your phone as a controller. It's kind of a tactical game.
Only if you choose couch co-op, because you can choose multiplayer, which you can play on your computer.
Yeah, that's true.
And then there's single player.
Yes, and then there is single player. We play a couch co-op together, and we use our phones, and we stream it through the TV upstairs. We've actually even played it with your mom once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what it is so the game itself takes place in the city of Arden. Did I say that right?
I don't remember.
Oh, you're terrible.
I don't remember the city's name.
And Arden is protected by this bright tree that has all these crystals, and it's an underground city in a cave.
Also, I want to say something. If we said something wrong, please tell us how to say it.
What? Say what? Oh, of the game stuff.
Yes, because I don't know how to say it either, because I forgot the name.
I'm pretty sure it's Arden. But it's an underground city where these animals, these kind of anthropomorphized animals live. And they you end up take up the role of protectors of the city.
Yes.
Now, the protectors of the city take the form of different classes that are very along the lines of fantasy tabletop role-playing games.
There is a wizard raven. There is a bunny fighter. I don't know what to call it.
Can I go through them?
Yes.
Okay, so there is a raven. That's the wizard, I guess. I think it's actually called an arcanist in the game.
Yeah, it's called.
There's a vanguard, which is kind of like your standard fighter. That's the. It's either a mouse or a bunny. I can't.
It's
tell.
A bunny.
You think it's a bunny?
It has very long ears.
Then there is a goat that is a ranger. There is a bat that is a bard. There is a weasel that is a rogue. There is a berserker a polar bear that is a berserker, and then there's an axolotl that is a pyromancer.
I like axolotls, but I played my first one. My first class I chose was a wizard.
Yes. She played that a couple of times actually. The Raven.
Yes, the Raven. Then it became the Pyromancer, which I only played one time.
So this game, the story itself is very simple. You get kind of you're at a bar with your friends, and then you get kind of ambushed by some bad guys. The village kind of gets raided by the bad guys, and you find out you're the protectors of the village. So there's this overarching story that takes place in certain beats, and then there's side quests in between those beats. And you have so many side missions you can do before you get hit with another story mission, and you've got to do that, right? We haven't gotten to the end of the game. We've definitely played 5 hours, I would say.
Yes. I bet you it's going to be like 31 hours.
I mean, I hope it's a good distance. You can also play it in one-shot mode, which is just you pick a side quest mission, go in and do it with your friends, which is also a good way to try the characters.
Yep.
So character swapping is very easy. All right, so I think you'd get to do the side quest. You could also do the one-shot. We talked about that, which is a good way to try the characters. There is character swapping. Once you select 4 characters, you're kind of locked into those characters. And then you can play on the same game with just 2 people or 1 person or 3 people or whatever, and they can pick one of the 4 characters that were previously chosen and named. You level up throughout the game. You kind of level up together. So once the 4 characters are picked, they'll level up even if you're not playing them. And then you kind of play the game through like a card-based tactical thing. You take turns on the screen. You gain cards through leveling up, and those cards are like your actions. You'll play a card. That card will have a series of actions on it that you can take in that order or skip. And then you try and strategically resolve the fight / puzzle or whatever that you're trying to deal with. Did I cover everything, I think? You can talk.
Yes.
They can't see you nodding. Alright, so let's, you want to get into the pros and cons of this thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's very evident that this game is another one of these in a long line of games that are very much about, like, making tabletop role-playing game playing easier. Like, for somebody who maybe doesn't want to buy the Dungeons & Dragons books, read the rules, understand them, this is something that you can just pick up with your friends, and the video game system will do it for you.
There is one rule, though. There is one rule about this game. We shouldn't cheat.
Cheat?
Like, you know, like hack.
There's no hacking. We're not hackers.
Oh, yeah, we aren't. But
so,
that's one rule of the game.
Well, yes, I guess don't hack the game.
Yeah,
yes.
Don't hack the game.
But still, that's what this is. So for pros, I do want to shout out right off the bat, my first pro is ease of access. I think this game is incredibly easy to pick up and play.
Yes.
To the point where, just for a little background information for you guys, Stella's mom, my wife, is not super nerdy, does not play tabletop role-playing games on a regular basis. So, you know, an explanation of this might be difficult. She picked it up real easily. Was able to understand it because the cards are very clear. They describe what you're supposed to do. The phone controls makes it really cool that you don't have to, like, connect
you do
what
have
button.
I want to say something, though. You do have to get an app in order to play that.
You do have to get a companion app, the Sunderfolk app, through your phone. It's an easy download, though, and it connects really easily as well.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really like, is this game does a really good job of making it very easy for you to connect and play. And I would honestly say, Stella, and you can stop me if I'm wrong, you do not have a ton of experience with tabletop role-playing games either.
No, I do not.
And you were able to pick this up pretty easily.
Yes.
Yeah, and understand it.
I don't play as much role-playing games.
Yeah, she's not really into it.
I am not into role-playing games much, as my dad.
That's fine. That's totally fine. But you would say that this was easy for you to pick up then?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say that. But I'm gonna say something. There is one problem.
Well, if it's a pro, if it's a con, save it for the cons.
It's not really a con.
Okay.
If a beginner starts and they don't know what a role-playing game is, how do they understand it?
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like a beginner can pick this game up and just get right into it.
Yes, but like, I don't know if they could understand it if they don't know what RPGs is.
Well, I would say that somebody trying to pick this up would probably have at least a cursory understanding of what RPGs are. You have to get this through Steam or like a console, so you're at least around that, right? Mm-hmm. But even if you're not into RPGs and it's your friend getting you into it or something, it's a very easy thing to pick up overall. So you said you had a pro. Do you want to shout out your pro now?
My pro, I honestly love how like the easy is the game.
Yeah.
Like I'm not good at RPGs, nor have I ever played a actual like virtual role-playing game on it. The only game I've played is like Pokemon, you know, that Pokemon game that we used to play. And so when I heard about it, it was through my dad. He told me, "Hey, you want to try this game out with me?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" And I didn't know what I was getting myself into because I thought it was like a normal virtual game. But no, it's a game that is a TTRPG, which is actually kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so you would say ease of access too then?
Ease of access, yep.
Okay, all right. Well, I have one more that I wanted to shout out real quick. It's a little bit on the technical side, if you don't mind.
Yes, that's fine.
The one thing that I really like about this is when you're playing a role-playing game for the most part, and this counts for both video games or role-playing games, like actual TTRPGs, especially when they're team-based things that are class-based. Very often you need a certain couple of classes. Like you need somebody who can fight and you need somebody who can heal. Like those are usually the first two things you absolutely require. This game, so like you need those classes. This game does not have that. You can play this with any two classes and be successful, which I found that really awesome. You don't have to worry about, oh, well, this person's playing the mage. I can't play the other mage. You know, because the mages both have enough skills that they could get through a combat, just the two of them. You don't necessarily need the tank class or the warrior class, so it's much more about what playstyle do you like playing, play that. And I think that's a really cool thing that not a lot of TTRPGs or digital RPGs do. Mm-hmm. Usually you need a certain party layout. You need like, I need a fighter for when the fighting happens. I need a rogue for lockpicking. I need a healer to heal, you know. This game doesn't really have that. It's much more about, like, whoever you got will work for you as long as you're smart about how you play your cards. Yes. Okay, so are you done with pros? You want to go to cons?
Cons, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to let you start this because our biggest con is, I think, the same thing. We both have this con as our biggest one, right?
So, in the game, if you try to play with like 5 players or 6 players, you cannot do that. You can only play for 4 players. Yep. That includes, so you know the fighters that
includes the characters, the classes.
If you try to switch their names or like, you get what I mean, like change them, kinda. You cannot do that. Like, if you played as a raven, and a necromancer, and a fighter, or a rogue, you cannot do that. You can only play those 4 characters.
So, I'm going to expand on that a little bit more, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
So what Stella is trying to get at, and it's a huge problem for me too, is, like I said, there's character switching in this game. So, like, let's say you start the game up, and there's 2 of you like me and Stella were, and we pick our 2 characters, and I didn't really like my starting character. I can switch and start another character. However, the original character that I started is locked to our campaign and counts as one of the 4. And once you've named 4 of the characters, that's it. You can't bring in any of the other classes. I find this extremely frustrating and kind of weird for this game, because this game is so versatile and open in the way you play I don't understand why it has to be this way. Like, why you can't just have all 8 characters leveling up and picking what you want when you want.
It might be bugged.
It's not a bug. They definitely built it this way, and it's very confusing. So, again, just to kind of clarify, I picked the Vanguard right off the bat. Stella picked the Raven right off the bat. Then when we played with my wife, her mom, she picked the Pyromancer. And then I didn't like the Vanguard, so I picked the Ranger. That locks our 4. There's 4 other character classes in the game. We can't touch those in that original campaign unless we start a whole new campaign. Which I think all 8 of the character classes should just level up, and you play who you want to play when you play them.
Yeah.
And that would be a lot more, that would be a lot cooler. It would also make things a lot better when it comes to situations of, like, variation. Because sometimes you want to play a different character, just in general, even if you like the character. And I don't understand why they didn't make it this way.
Yeah.
It's a big problem for me as well. I don't like the fact that you also can't dump a character. Like, so, like, I can't dump that bunny because nobody wants to play it. It's just locked to that game until we play a whole nother game.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even, like, get the bunny out of the party. That's super frustrating. I don't like that. And neither does Stella.
Yeah, neither do I.
And Stella actually, in that, she kind of did 2 cons there, because I had another con too, and that's the 4-player limit. Like, I don't understand why we're limited to 4 players when you play with your phones. Like, who cares? Like, it's not like controllers or anything. It's not like we got to worry about ports. So why can we only have 4 characters on the screen? And I understand that the maps are probably built a certain way, but I would have liked to see 5 or 6 characters available. Not that we would use them, but just that it would be there. And then my final con is role-playing opportunities. Yeah. So here's the thing, and this is the thing I would change the most about this game. So one thing we didn't kind of define in the overarching thing is you get these side missions and quests, but in between all the side missions and quests, your phone acts like a map of the city, and your characters can move around to different areas independently of each other within the city, talk to shop owners, talk to civilians, buy things, trade things back and forth.
You can only do it 3 times.
You can only do it 3 times. I don't mind that, because you don't want to, like, have it unlimited, because then somebody's just going to be taking forever to talk to everybody else. And I like the idea of you have to manage your time. Who do I want to talk to? Especially since you get rewards. The more you talk to a character, you'll actually get rewards once their affinity goes up. My problem is, though, is there's very limited actual chance for any real role-playing.
Yes.
So your characters, once you pick them, they're silent. They don't talk. People talk at them. They give them quests. That's it. You don't get to decide how you talk to somebody. You don't get to decide to not like somebody or to like somebody. There is no option to, like become friends with a character. It's more like you meet a character, that character talks at you for a while, and then a little heart goes up. And that's really not tabletop role-playing games. One of the foundations of tabletop role-playing games is the open choice of you can do anything in the game. The game master is playing the other character, and you get to decide how your character interacts with his world. This game has a limited amount of that. I would really like more chances in the city to influence things in the city. There's a lot of things I can think of off the top of my head that we could do. Like, what if we could, invest in the market to get profit sharing? What if, we could actually, get a follower out of talking to somebody, or buy a pet or something like that? Yeah. There's so many different ways to do this, or even have a house. Like, where is our house in the city? Where do we live? And have a room to ourselves that we could decorate when other people are talking to stuff. There's so many things you could do with that kind of readout that they kind of don't, and I'd like to see more of. Instead of just more quests, there's plenty of quests already. I would love to see them kind of redo that city thing.
Yeah.
Now we're into the final part, whether or not we're going to stick with it. I'll let my guest go first, do the honors. Are you going to stick with it?
Approaches, smirking.
I don't know.
Really? You don't know?
I do not know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I am, as long as Stella will play it with me.
Yes, I will.
I didn't know
play
she
it
was
with
thinking about quitting it.
I don't want to quit it, but like I don't. It's very hard to explain.
Okay.
But basically what I'm trying to say is my mind is going everywhere. Like everywhere in the game. Like, do I want to quit it or do I not? Do I want to quit it or do I not?
Well, I'm not going to quit it as long as you play it with me. I think it's a lot of fun. I really think it's a nice...
Yes, it is. It is a lot of fun. I'm going to say that. But the thing that pissed me off most, if I could say piss.
Yes, you can.
Like, I don't like that you can only play with 4 characters.
I agree.
That kind of pisses me off.
It does. I feel like we would have to start a game to really
Yes.
play with the characters we like. And that's a little irritating. I understand where you're coming from. You don't want to start over.
I do
but you
not
don't
want
want to play
start over
necessarily with the
in
characters
games.
we have.
But, like,
I will say this, though. For me, as a guy who loves role-playing games, and with a family that doesn't necessarily love it that much, it is really nice. It's a really nice experience when you, me, and your mom can sit down and play something like that for a couple hours, and everybody takes something away from the experience. Nobody's upset.
say,
and-
like, Little Timmy, though.
Little Timmy, okay.
Let's just make a character named Little Timmy.
Okay.
Anyways, what if Little Timmy wants to play, like, 4 characters?
Right,
4
I
other
agree.
characters, but he's already played 4 characters, and he does not want to do that.
Really
Like,
upsetting you. I agree, and that's one of the cons we listed. For me, that's not enough to make me not want to play the game ever again.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I would rather play the game than not play the game, especially with you guys when we're all having fun together and
Yes.
moving around the map. I think that's a lot of fun, personally. So there you go. Split decision on us, I guess. Yeah, Stell, that's the end of the show. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Do you have anything else you want to say to him?
OMG you guys next time.
OMG you guys next time. That's a fun sign off.
Yeah, that is.
All right, well, you guys can let us know if we got it right or we got it wrong in the comments below. Otherwise, you can, contact us on Discord. Links in the description.
Yeah.
As long as you keep watching and listening to these, we will keep making them. We'll see you guys next time. My next review, I don't know when it's going to be out, but I'm planning on doing Mina the Hollower, so stay tuned for that.
I might try Mina.
You might try Mina?
Yes, I
okay,
might.
you'll have to let me know what you think. All right, you guys, we'll see you next time.